Real Country 1430 AM and 107.3 FM WRDN. Brian Winnekins from Commodity Classic. Thank you to our sponsors, including Wisconsin Corn Growers Association, Wisconsin Soybean Marketing Board, Amplify Health by Gunderson, Mondovi Clinic, and the Old Galley Grain Company. I'm with Mike Berget. He's with Berget Farms from Darlington, and we're going to talk a little bit today about how Wisconsin corn works with national corn to get the Wisconsin growers connected with the corn growers and the rest of the nation as well. Mike, thanks for joining us. First, tell us about the farm.
Yeah, we farm down in southwestern Wisconsin. We raise corn, soybeans, and we have a farrow to wean barn.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, well, you're being in southwest Wisconsin, you're close to Iowa, so yeah, that kind of makes some sense.
Yeah, with the disease, it was a real neat connection. We raised replacement gilts, and with the biosecurity, it worked out well for the biosecurity to have that farrowing facility there.
Well, let's talk a little bit about then how does Wisconsin corn connect Wisconsin growers with some of the growers in other states?
Yeah, one of the things I've been involved for about 10 years now with an action team, and one of our action teams sponsors a Nourish the Future. And what it is we're trying to get young kids in like 7th to 12th grade science teachers to teach ag systems science to kids that would normally not be involved in ag. And what the reason our thoughts are is we need scientists in that, and it's getting harder to find ag kids that would want to do that. But there's a good future in chemicals and anything that needs a scientist. It may just spark a kid to take the future to do that.
Well, there's a lot of science behind all those hybrids too.
Yeah, and that's it. With only about 2% of the population now, it's hard to find a farm kid that will be going to college that maybe we need that expertise. And if we can teach one of them, what we do is we hold classes down here with about 20 or 30 teachers down here, teach them the program we want to be taught at the schools, and then they come back to each state. And we have we're having one held on July 23rd of this year in Madison. And we usually try to get the inner city schools involved, because that way we don't know when we could reach out and get a good prospect to help us in our science.
Talking with Mike Berget today from Berget Farms. He's with Wisconsin Corn Growers here at Commodity Classic. So for those educators that want to be able to be maybe part of this event in Madison, how are they able to do that? Is there a way they can register, or are they invited, or how does that work?
I think they just go on, it's online, and look up nourishingthefuture.com, and then they'll have a registration there. And then then you register, and then someone will contact you about when the event's going to be held, and then they'll be able to come, and then they teach them teachers, and then they give them kits and stuff from the national corn, gives them kits and that to take back to their classroom for their kids to do that. And one of them is that they learn how to make ethanol.
Oh, really?
And actually, at one of them, one of the teachers took the ethanol they produced and put it in her car, and she drove home with it.
I like that. Now, an old engineer friend of mine was from northern Arkansas. That's where he grew up, just by Fort Smith, so central Arkansas. He said, yeah, I can make ethanol, but it might be a little bit different from what you're thinking, Brian.
Yeah, it's not. It's more human consumption than it is.
Yeah. And this isn't what they're doing.
No. This is. I mean, it's probably not. It doesn't have the gasoline max like the ethanol plants do, but it was just a good sideline. I thought that made it more personal.
I love that. I love that idea. And now, how long do these? Is it just a day course, or is it a couple of days?
It's usually a 2-day course. Okay. So and then once they've signed up and been trained, then they are given the information to get their kits shipped to their school, and then they can decide how long they want to teach it. But I don't know exact how long it is, but it's a certain period they have to teach that in a curriculum to get the program.
And this is a way that Wisconsin the corn growers are working with other corn growers and reaching out to them nationwide, isn't it?
Yeah, and yeah, to me it just makes sense that as a farming community we don't have enough farm kids that are be able to be trained to be in them situations, because we're having enough trouble just keeping the farms operating, let alone being the scientists and all the agronomists and everything that and if we can teach kids from the inner city that would be interested in that and they have the passion for it, you just don't know what would trip them to start doing that.
So again, that website, nourishingourfuture.com.
Yes.
Teachers, check it out. You want to maybe something, you know what? It's even good for the small rural schools as well, because there might be kids who aren't on the farm that frankly want to be a scientist too, or are interested in it and as well. So you can check that out, nourishingourfuture.com. From Commodity Classic, I'm Brian Winnikins. This is the WRDN Morning Farm Report.